There's a point in some connections where nothing obvious happens, but everything starts to feel different. No argument, no clear ending, no moment you can point to and say, this is where it changed. Just a slow shift in how effort is distributed between two people. At first you don't notice it, because the connection still exists. The replies still come, the conversations still happen, the structure is still there. But the weight inside it starts to move. One side begins carrying more of the emotional continuity, more of the initiation, more of the interpretation, more of the keeping it alive without it ever being said out loud. And the other side simply doesn't resist it. They don't have to. That's what makes it hard to see, because imbalance doesn't always look like absence. Sometimes it looks like partial presence. And partial presence is confusing, because it gives you just enough to stay engaged, but not enough to feel secure. So you adapt again. You become more responsive, more available, more careful not to disrupt what little flow remains. You start managing not just your own emotions, but the perceived emotional state of the connection itself. And without realizing it, you're now maintaining something that only survives because you're maintaining it. That's the quiet trap. It doesn't collapse because you keep it standing. Then comes the subtle shift that usually gets misunderstood. You try to reduce your efforts slightly, not dramatically, just enough to see if anything changes. But instead of creating balance, that it reveals structure. The connection doesn't move toward you, it doesn't stabilize. It simply continues, with less of you holding it up. And that's where most people misinterpret what they're seeing. They assume they just need to try a little harder again. But what they're actually seeing is what the connection becomes when effort is no longer compensating for imbalance. And that version feels different. Not because anything new was introduced, but because something hidden was removed. This is where emotional confusion peaks, because now you're dealing with two versions of reality at the same time. The version where the connection felt alive when you were actively shaping it, and the version where it feels uncertain when you stop. So your mind tries to solve it. What changed? Did you say something wrong? Did their feelings shift? Did you miss a moment where everything turned? But often none of those answers are true. What changed is participation, not emotion, not history, not compatibility. Participation. And participation is one of the most invisible parts of connection until it shifts. Because when someone is slightly more invested in maintaining momentum, they can create the illusion of mutual intensity. Effort fills gaps. Effort smooths inconsistency. Effort creates continuity where there isn't equal engagement. And when effort reduces, the underlying asymmetry becomes visible. That visibility is what feels like loss, even when nothing has technically been taken away. So you enter a second phase, the recalibration phase. You start watching more closely, interpreting more deeply, reading between smaller gaps, trying to identify what changed in tone, timing, wording. But the more you analyze, the less stable it feels, because you're now trying to extract certainty from something no longer defined by your input. And that's mentally exhausting. So eventually something gives, not always externally, often internally first. A quiet withdrawal of over-engagement. You stop filling pauses automatically. You stop adjusting your tone to preserve flow. You stop treating inconsistency like something you need to correct. And instead, you begin to observe it without stepping into it. This is where the emotional environment of the connection starts to shift again. Not because the other person suddenly changes, but because the structure of your participation changes. Now they're no longer interacting with a version of you that is constantly compensating for distance. They're interacting with your baseline. And baseline presence is very different from adjusted presence. Adjusted presence tries to manage outcomes. Baseline presence simply responds. And people feel that difference even if they can't define it. Because one carries emotional negotiation, the other carries emotional neutrality. And emotional neutrality removes pressure from the interaction, not by being cold, but by being uninvested in controlling direction. At this stage, something subtle often happens. If the connection had potential for balance, it begins to reorganize itself. Not instantly, not dramatically, but gradually. Because now both sides are interacting without distortion. No one is overfilling silence. No one is over-explaining meaning. No one is carrying the emotional interpretation alone, And in that space, you finally see what the connection actually is, without effort masking its shape. Sometimes that reveals alignment. Sometimes it reveals distance. Sometimes it reveals inconsistency that was never going to resolve itself. But in every case, clarity replaces confusion. And clarity changes how you relate to it. Because once you see the structure clearly, you stop trying to emotionally negotiate it into something else. You stop treating inconsistency as something solvable through effort. You stop confusing attention with alignment, and you stop assuming that your presence alone can stabilize something that requires mutual participation. That's the turning point most people miss. It's not when someone leaves, it's when you stop participating in imbalance, because at that point, you're no longer inside the loop of trying to turn uncertainty into security. You're outside it, observing it, choosing your response instead of reacting to its shifts, and from there, even if nothing changes externally, your internal position does. You're no longer adapting yourself to maintain access. You're no longer interpreting silence as instruction. You're no longer measuring your worth through response patterns. You're simply engaging where there is consistency and stepping back where there isn't. And that creates a different kind of stability, not based on how someone else behaves, but on how you respond to behavior, which means your emotional state is no longer outsourced to someone else's participation level, and that is the real shift. Not fixing the connection, not decoding the inconsistency, but removing yourself from the role of over-functioning inside it. Because once you stop doing that, everything becomes simpler, not easier, simpler. And simplicity is what finally ends the cycle of overthinking, what was never fully aligned to begin with. If this resonated, subscribe for more.